All right. Good evening, everyone. We're getting ready to hop on there, and there we
Hi.
go. There's Brent.
Hi, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Running a little bit behind tonight, but other than that, I'm doing just fine.
Hey, no technical difficulties so far.
Why you gotta put that out in the world like that? We don't need
Uh,
technical difficulties. We have enough of those on our own.
yeah, this is true. How are you doing, by the way?
I'm doing all right. Things are going good, and so we're doing all right.
Good.
How's things on your end? Uh oh, there's some feedback.
I'm
There's the technical difficulties you were just talking about.
well. Mine's turned off. It's there shouldn't be should be good to go now.
All right, well that's a plus. So
Oh,
it seems like everybody forgot about the sale today.
it seems like it. That's what I've heard. I wanted to talk about that too a little bit. I'm disappointed in myself.
And that was the thing is I was like, I went online and I was just taking my phone and I seen that sold out in 8 minutes. I was like, oh, well, that was 20 or that was like 14 minutes ago. So I'm like, well, I guess I don't have to worry about that because it's over with. So, but that's how it goes sometimes, unfortunately. You get busy at work and next thing you know, it's over. So,
Yeah, definitely. We'd like to say hello to everybody out there on YouTube who's watching with us. Please give a like, a shout, hang out with
follow,
us, real follow. Yeah,
subscribe.
all
Definitely,
of those.
definitely the subscribe part. We need we need more people.
I know. That's what I get for like actually putting it out more than 2 minutes in advance.
What was that?
The show notice.
Oh, yeah, it happens.
So let's see here. There we go. Nick, how are you? James,
What up,
yes,
Nick?
we are definitely ready for Saturday.
Oh yeah. Well, not quite yet, but we're getting pretty close. I still got a whole bunch of cars that I got to get loaded yet, so we are bringing a whole flock of new stuff with us.
Yeah,
Tons and tons of new stuff. So
um, I found some more things for myself to bring along, and I found
nice.
a bunch of stuff.
There you go. I know that you've got a few things for me, and I'm excited about that. So
Yeah,
that always
this
helps.
being one of them.
Yeah. Just I need more Mercedes Benz in my life. I don't know, like I don't have enough of that stuff. So what's one
Yeah,
more?
yeah. I got the i8 Roadster as well in black, and I think that car. I'll put it up here for everybody to see. I think this car is just really, really sharp.
You need to bang it on the bottom. There you go. Yeah, I do like the i8s. They look kind of cool in person, and the fact that it's all black like that, it looks really good.
Yep, I think a set of black wheels on that, and we are good to go.
I would have to concur with that statement. I think black wheels would look really good on there. I did an Advent, something like that. I don't remember what I did with it or where it is.
So the other thing I want to talk about tonight is I want to talk about that crowd-funded gasser.
Okay, let's talk about this. Like,
Yeah, I want to get into that, but let's get some people in here because I want to build that up because I'm really interested in people's thoughts on that.
all right,
Um, and then obviously the last thing on the list is we're going to talk about this guy, not just this particular version. This is the Ferrari 308. I have four of them in front of me, and we're going to talk about the whole 308 as a whole, going back to the race bait days all the way up to when Mattel and Ferrari didn't like each other anymore.
that has unfortunately definitely happened. So,
So let's just get into Des Moines. Why don't we?
yeah,
So for those of you who haven't been to a Des Moines show, they're set up a little bit differently. Would you agree with that?
yeah. I mean, it's a little different, but it works for them really well, and It's a good layout, like a good table layout, and the vendors are always revolving because some people can't always make a show, so they have to give up their spot and then they come back the next time or something or other like that. And it's just a great overall show. And I have to let the people know, it's like, go if you've got a chance, go. As we say, carpool, get with your friends, roll out there just for a day. It's really not that far of a drive, and you'd be amazed on the amount of stuff that you'll find, from everything from main lines to red lines to supers to greens to reds to freaking lowriders. I mean, just everything. There's just a ton of stuff there, and you need to go check it out one of these days.
Speaking of lowriders,
Yeah.
did you see that
Uh,
post from them?
I'm fully aware of the massive amount of lowriders that are going to be at the show this weekend, and I just got paid, so that helps out a little bit. But I'm looking. I don't want to buy carded stuff. If I'm going to buy the Revell lowriders, I want loose stuff because I want to be able to display them, and I want to be able to play with the adjustable suspension and not have to worry about, oh, you opened that and it took half the value away. I don't want to deal with those people because, well, I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole right now. So
Yeah. We'll get back to that in just a second, James. Jeff, how are you tonight? Gasser's too rich for me all in one shot. We'll get into that because I think that's part of, I think, this what's slowing it up a little bit. For those who haven't gone, vendors get a chance to go in early, get set up, and then you can walk around, and you can ask to have things put aside, but you can't actually pay for anything until after the meeting. That way, everybody gets a shot at it. Mr. Dave Baumgartner's here, so the peanut gallery has arrived.
Yay, Dave!
I
forgot to check my mailbox today on the way home.
Yeah, I haven't gotten mine yet either. I was hoping to show it off tonight.
There's always next week.
Yes, there's always next week. The other thing they like to do is they like to have their meeting right before the start of the show. The actual club members can come in between the setup time and the meeting time. And, there's always good information put out. Barb will usually have something about convention, whether it's LA or nationals out there. And then they'll have some general membership stuff. They'll talk about club cars or officer voting or things like that. So, you're going to learn something, and, they do a wonderful job of putting that show together.
Mm-hmm.
You are not a subscriber to their newsletter, talk to Terry Huss. He can get you hooked up with that. Okay. As far as the show goes, it's a good time. It's 90 plus tables all the time. In recovery mode. Oh, that's right. Yes. I hear you, Dave. There's ID cards, there's main lines, and I mean not just main lines. We're talking quality style main lines, things like this nature. And this is like from a 2008 exclusive pack. Things along that line. And if you don't go and you're missing out. That's all I can say, right?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, I have brought home some amazing cars from my private collection from any Iowa show that I've gone to be honest. But being that we get to go to Des Moines as much as we do, I mean, it's only 4 times a year, but it feels like we haven't been there in forever. So, but it's just a great time overall, and there's a lot of great people up there. That's the thing. It's like you've got friends all over the area that we're currently in the Nebraska area for, be our Omaha shows or our Norfolk shows or the Elmwood shows. There's a lot of cool collectors up in the Des Moines area. You get to meet a lot of people that may or may not travel that well. I know that we're going to get to hang out with, hopefully, Mr. Max and Miss Alicia and Mr. Brian Klein this weekend. I'm kind of super stoked about that. Just to hang out with friends that you don't get to see that often. So it's always a good time.
we'll probably get a seat, be in our normal spot by Unlimited Leon and Mr. Jeff from the Mason City Club will, in our normal area where we hang out in the back corner. I am excited to see the Klein family, all of them. It'll be a good time. It'll be a long time since we've seen them.
Yeah.
Max wasn't here yet, so I am excited for that.
Yep. Most definitely.
There's just good people all the way around that we're going to hang out with. Okay.
Oh,
yeah. I think that's all I've got on that, unless
we'll hang with Evan. Yeah, I mean, I suppose if we got to hang out with Evan, I suppose we'll hang out with Evan too.
But we'll return him to you. No questions asked.
Yes, definitely returning.
Okay, so let's get into the big topic for tonight. I want to talk about that crowdfunded gasser.
All right.
Yeah.
The current number is 3,782 of 10,000. So right now we're what? A little underneath 8,200 still needed to make the initial 1/18th scale car, just to get us to 10,000.
Right. So I'm going to bring that screen up so we can see that now. Here we go. So there's the official numbers as of right now. Now, granted, there is still plenty of days left for this to reach the 10,000 mark.
But currently we are
37%.
Yeah, we are currently 6,218. I can't math. We are 6,000 short of getting to the goal of making just the initial 10,000 run for the 1/18 scale only. Now, what happens when we bump it to 13,000? Well, then they're going to give us a little bit something cool, which I kind of want. Not going to lie. If it hits 10,000, there's a chance that if I have moved some things around, that I'd like to buy the 13,000 backer, at least because of the pure and simple fact that you do get the 1/18th candy striper, which I'm assuming it's going to look absolutely stunning in person. No doubt about it. It's going to look amazing. But I want the 1/64th version. Now,
it's just what I have shown up right now.
Yeah. And I mean, I have the original, and thankfully the packaging is different. So in their packaging form, you'll be able to tell them apart. I have not been able to do side-by-side comparisons on the 1/64th to know if they are going to be there's got to be something different about it, so that way we can tell them apart. So that way if it becomes a loose product, you'll be able to know what the difference is. And I haven't really looked into it to see what the difference is in the decos.
I think the pink is a little bit darker on this version.
Okay.
I could be wrong. I'm not very smart on these things, as I do not have one.
I'm going to wander.
Yeah, he's going to wander, and he's going to taunt me.
I'm going to see if I can taunt you. I got to remember where it's been removed and moved to.
So here's my thing. The thing that I'm kind of leery of. Hello there, Poncho. How are you tonight? The thing that I was scared of or was nervous about is that it's $250. Now, if you're thinking, wow, that's a lot just for a 1/18th car, maybe it is. But if you get to the 13,000, then we get to send more. You get the 1/64th. I'm sorry, I'm getting dinged in my ear at the same thing. Dave is messaging me too about some stuff. So I've seen them do it with like Barbie and the He-Man stuff, and it seems to have gone well. So I'm glad that Mattel is trying this with the Hot Wheel portion of it. I just don't know if this was the casting that was going to do it. get to that level, this was going to be the one, or a bone shaker. Let me see
I think
here.
the bone shaker would have been really cool, and I need to fire my organizer because I can't find anything. So, I'm gonna have to fire my helper.
Okay, so there's a couple sponsors missing. There was a tire switch from Hoosier to Goodyear.
Oh, okay.
Little disappointed about that. Roof pillars were silver are now pink. Front bumper likely different because they are using the updated base. That makes sense. Um,
Okay,
I
so
think
they're
the OG,
they're going to be very easy to tell apart then.
yeah, they shouldn't be too difficult to separate difference wise.
Well,
Like it's
that makes me happy because I don't want somebody to be like, "Oh, it's the real one," and be like, "No, no, it's not."
Thanks, Dave, for the pictures. They were very helpful. A non-gasser 55 would be cool. I would agree with that. I like that as well. Let me find where I've got that. Oh, I'm in the wrong stream. There we go. So, yeah, that's where I think it's going to be hard pressed to get to the 10,000.
As of right now, yes. But as you stated, we have 25 days. So you figure in what, 2 days, a little over 2 days, 30, almost 3,800 people. That's a lot of people. So I hope that, I really do hope they make it. And I probably will get one just because I have all the other gassers. So I kind of want to keep the theme rolling.
I know this car will be extremely difficult to get if it is produced once it's produced because I think it's going to drive the original Candy Striper prices up even further. One, I feel like. Two, everybody who doesn't have one is going to want this and want it bad.
Mm-hmm.
I would like it myself. I'm not going to lie. I do want it. But, there's some financial things that are kind of stopping that right now for me. So yeah, I think it's going to be a great car. It'll be executed well. I mean, the
Mm-hmm.
card art looks really good. I don't know. Depending on how this goes, will determine whether or not they do it again with another casting. So,
Yep.
so speaking of other castings, what other castings do you think would be cool?
Obviously, the Bone Shaker, because of it is what it is. Um, the 83 Sylvie, just due to the absolute insanity that is the 83 Sylvie, I think that would sell out pretty quickly. And especially if they did it in the antifreeze chrome and green, I think that would be a huge deal. Someone says a fleet line. That's got to be Poncho saying fleet line. Yeah,
Yes.
buddy. I'm with you, Poncho. Yeah, the fleet line would be sweet, but unfortunately, I don't think there'd be enough people behind it to be able to pull off that casting. Um, I would have to say some kind of Mustang, like the original Fox body Mustang would probably be a big draw for some people.
You mean like the Turbo Mustangs?
Yeah. And then of course, Kent's favorite car on the planet, there's got to be a Camaro. I would probably lean more towards the 67 just because that's primarily what people are hunting after. An Impala depends on the year. I would have to say that like a 64 Impala would be really, really cool. They actually have done a 1/18th Impala. Actually, they've done two of them.
You
They've did.
own one of them.
I own both of them. I'll be right back. Let me go grab it. I actually know where that is.
I do too.
I know where
So
both
the
of them are.
one I do too. Uh, the one that hasn't been mentioned yet, and I just posted it, has been the R34. I
Oh yeah,
think the
Skyline people.
purple, the chrome, or the blue would be an excellent choice. They haven't done a five. They've never, to my knowledge, have never done a 510 wagon, or that would be cool. Or the 510 sedan, I think would. We cannot forget the JDM crew. They are definitely the most important part. Here, let me do this, and let's do that. Now you're a little bit bigger there.
All right, so this is their 1965 Impala lowrider that Mattel did. It's extremely detailed, and don't yell at me because it's really, really dirty because it has not been in its protective package in probably 15, 20 years. But the neat thing about it is it's got a fully detailed engine. It's got the interior, doors open, seats swivel. It's got the change steering wheel, and there's actually speakers hidden underneath the convertible top. And it does have posable front suspension. It's just mine's kind of broke, but that's okay because the rears still work just fine. You can lower it in the rear, or you can extend it in the rear. So we have that version. That is the purple version of this car. And the other one, which is, again, don't yell at me, but this one's dusty because it's still in its unfortunate prison. There's the white version of the 65 Impala. So you've got the same interior, and I'm guessing the speakers are in the back there. Yes, they are. So this one is the white version. And I'm assuming that underneath the hood looks just as good, but this one has never been out of its package. In fact, yeah, the seals on the box are actually still intact. So, but yeah, 1/18 scale. I'd like to see another lowrider come out, but then again, they had Lowrider Magazine on board, so they probably helped fill out some of the bill, which, lowriders are, it's a staple in the car history. So, time to rip it. Oh, who is telling me to rip lowriders? Who is that? Who
Me?
is it?
That was
Freak.
James.
James? No, James. Maybe someday that one will find its way out of its package, but as of right now, no. And another one that they've done is the drag buses and the drag trucks. And at one point in time, I know they did a Ferrari. So
Yeah, we could do that again. We need a Ferrari.
we just need Ferrari, period, to come back. We're missing out on so many epic cars that could be done. And, hopefully to, our mouths to God's ears, to Mattel's ears, or Ferrari's ears, or whatever we got to talk to. I would hope and pray someday that we do get the Ferrari licensing back. Or let me phrase that, Mattel gets the licensing back. I don't work for Mattel, although I feel like I should, because
We'd like to.
oh yeah, I definitely would like to work for Mattel. I just don't think there's a lot of Mattel options in Nebraska, and unfortunately, I'm not willing to move to California, but I would work from home. Let me know.
Same here. Shameful plug for the night.
Yes, hire us.
Hayes Toy Show dudes are in the house.
What's up?
I gotta email some flyers out to them. Yep, guys, they're willing to support some stuff for us. Oh, here we go.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Maybe a full wagon. Yeah, I got jokes. Okay, let's not talk.
It's the drugs.
Yeah. So
it's the pain meds.
All right. So back to the candy striper in general here. So after if they unlock tier 1, it will go all the way to tier 4. That's just my saying. I think that there's a lot of people that are on the fence right now, along with us, because $250 is a lot for a single car as it sits. Now they hit 2, now you're getting 2 cars, but you're still paying $125 a piece, which, it's not $125 pretty cheap for a candy striper, right, Kent?
Yeah, we won't talk about that.
So now if they get to 1, they'll get to 4. So once we unlock 13 or unlock 3, we get 16,000. And then we get plug-in flames for the exhaust and smoke wheelie stands, which are kind of cool. I kind of like that idea. It's kind of a neat thing. Kind of gives it that tuned aspect. And then if we get to unlock number 4 at 19,000, you get a display plinth and background scene. So, you get more for the whole process. And I think the thing I really like about it, I mean, it's super detailed. It looks really clean. I think it will hit the 10,000, to be completely honest. I really honestly do. But will it get to there? We won't know until, the end of the October, or actually the middle of mid-October. So during LA Nationals, or during just the LA convention, we will know for sure whether or not this thing works out or not. Jeez, put that thing down. No one wants to see that thing. Yeah, they could do a chase version. Lord, let's not do chase versions of anything.
Burned. Yeah. I think that's kind of quinky-dink timing as well for when this is getting put together. To have the final results come out in LA, for the convention. There's a lot going on that week. I mean, obviously you got the convention in itself. The Legends Tour will be wrapping up out there as well, if I remember correct. And now this crowdfunded Gasser is going to be there too. Oh, that was Nick with the burn Volvo. Sorry, Dave. So yeah, I think you're right. If they can get it beyond the 10,000, then I think it'll go all the way.
Honestly, I think if we can get it to, I think if it gets to 9,000, it'll smoke it and it'll go all the way up. Because at 9,000, somebody's gonna be like, oh well, that's pretty close. I'm gonna go ahead and get my name in the hat before it ends, and there's going to be a lot of those people out there, and I think that's when it's going to just jump to that next level.
Yeah, I kind of said either on Ken Sleeth's page or even on ours, it's like it's going to have this pretty good bump, and then it's going to flatline for a little bit, and then as you get towards the end, it's going to jump again, like you were saying. I think people's wallets are being affected by this too. You look at the MATCHBOX sale today and then the RLC sale on Tuesday, $25 versus $250. And that Porsche was pretty nice.
Yeah, I kind of wish I would have gotten one, but hey, it happens. I don't necessarily have to have everything that is made by the RLC or Mattel Creations, Mattel, MATCHBOX. You don't have to have everything. You want everything, but it just doesn't always work out that way. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to look down the line here and see what's next. Oh, next we have the X Run, the Jules Valcom 87 Grand National. I'll be setting my alarm on that day. And then 1 week later we get the RLC exclusive 1969 Dodge Charger. So Mr. Dave will be super happy, and so will Mr. Kent. And heck, we all know I'm probably going to get one too. That's the number I'm waiting for, 9,000. What's up, Jeff? How you doing? Yeah, and you're not wrong. Everybody's going to kind of sit back and just kind of go, all right, well, we got to get to this certain number before I'm going to join in. And if everybody has the same number, we're not going to get there, which is fine, because as cool as it is, I mean, I love the Candy Striper, don't get me wrong, but I wonder, is that the best one that they could have done? Or should they have done a completely one-off deco for that 1/18 scale?
I mean, look.
Or is there another gasser that you would have liked to better see than the Candy Striper?
I think look at everything that they've done to re-release. And I go back to the Legend Tour cars. 2014 was probably the best year for supers, hands down. We all can agree to that.
12 wasn't bad either.
Every one of those cars, they've done alternate paint schemes for, and they've just, boom, gone like this. So I could see why they would think just touching it up a little bit, give it a little modern twist, and I could see why I was going to go. So we got a question here. So they charge you right away, and what happens if it doesn't hit the magic number? Or the manic number, too. I mean, it works just as well.
I'm assuming that there's going to be a refund.
Obviously, I think there'd be a refund.
Well, there would have to be. Okay, and you're not wrong. 2014 is a pretty good year.
Yeah,
there's a lot of good things in 2014 because you had the 55 gasser in the blue
510
livery. Yeah, you had the 510. You had the Nova, the 65 Impala hardtop, the 83 Sylvie, 69 Corvette. No one will talk about that Harley because 71 Mach 1 Mustang, Camaro Special Edition, 07 Ford Mustang, and the Chevelle SS, the Greenwood Corvette. Honestly, there's two duds in that one. It was the Harley Davidson Fat Boy and the Sandblaster. And the only reason I ding the Sandblaster was because of the pure and simple fact that roll cage does not want to stay there.
Yeah. So I think this is going to go. It's just how quickly does it get to 9,000 before the end of the 2 weeks? That's kind of where we're going to go at. So I found a couple of things here in the last couple of days. Like I need another Skyline in my life. This is the latest Fast and Furious batch. This is a 10-car set. The new thing is the Evo in there. That's really happy to see that. And the El Camino. There are some of the premium cars that have been brought to the mainline side.
Show the back of the card so we can see the back of the card so we see what's all on there. All right. Zoom in a little farther, right? Down a little bit. Okay, yeah, it's all blurry. But yeah, they definitely got to get that Grand National. Any differences? Yeah, Ken, is there any differences between this one and that one?
Other than the wing, and I don't like you right now.
I love torturing you. So much fun.
Yes, there will be refunds. Differences, I don't see a lot of differences other than really the two main cars that are new, being the Lancer Evo 9 and the El Camino, which is like a base
60s.
off of...
It's a Matchbox.
Yeah. It's a mid-60s Elco, right?
Yeah, it's 67, I believe.
67? Okay.
I believe.
But the drift car, the Jag, the Lambo, the Daytona, the Regal, Skyline, and Mazda all been premium cars before. So
now I'm going to... One quick question. I'm going to go ahead and assume that these are, what, like $350 a piece?
$325.
That's one of the things that kind of bugs me, is why are the prices so high on these? They're just main lines. And if you want to fight me on it, well, let's talk about it, because they're main lines, in my opinion. Plastic wheels, either the body or the plastic is, either the body or the base is plastic. So it's like, there's a lot to be desired in that set. Isn't there a Veyron this time around?
Not in this group.
Oh, there's a 15th Fast and Furious for the year.
I don't know, but in this group there's no Veyron.
Yeah, there's another one coming, because there's a whole other set with the Veyron in it, and that has some other cool stuff in there as well. And again, people are asking entirely too much money. Let's see, I'm trying to find. Yeah, this set is the one we're looking for, because they're the red carded ones, correct?
Yeah, these are green.
The red trim?
This is green trim that I have right now.
Okay, so there's 3 sets then, because there was the red trim version, and so then there's the blue trim. So now I got to find the green trim. Where's the green trim at? There's the green ones. Okay, so we have the... All right, so we've got Dom's Honda S2000. We got Brian's Skyline. I want to say, what was the guy's name from Tokyo Drift? I can't remember his name.
DK?
No.
DK?
The cool one. The hero
Han?
from that. No, not Han. I know Han. It's the white guy.
Oh, well, that's his Evo.
Yeah, I know that's his Evo, and then the Grand National is Dom's, and then I don't remember who drove the Jag. See, and that's just it. This set, there's not a whole lot of coolness, and I mean, there's a lot of good stuff. Don't get me wrong, but a lot of it's been done before,
Mm-hmm.
especially the Superbird from SIOUX. That's but see, it has side pipes coming out the rear behind the door. It's a horrible spot
Yeah.
for exhaust pipes. Makes no sense. They've done all these cars before, minus a couple of them, means mainly the Evo, the Elko, and
The Elko and Evo. That's it. They've done every single one of these cars have been done before.
you're right. And this is the second release. The first ones were the red trimmed ones, and there was a couple of newer ones. I think there was a newer one or two in that other set too. I want to say that's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. I want to say the 70 Dodge Hemi Challenger in orange was new, and I think the Sylvia in the mainline version.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a couple per, which is kind of annoying that they just keep doing a couple cars, and then they sprinkle in a whole bunch of old ones that everybody's seen before. So it kind of takes the fun out of it. Now the third set's going to cause some problems because you get. Hold on here, let me get where you can actually see the. Does this guy not show the back of the card? Seriously, why do people don't post things on eBay without the backs of the cards? It really helps to find things. All right, so there's the Bugatti Veyron, which would be the first time that the Veyron has been used in quite a few years. There's Mazda.
Updated.
No, it's I don't know. I'd have to grab.
It's probably the updated.
Yeah, okay, so it is the updated version, but still, there's a white Veyron. There is the GTR in silver. There's the Mazda RX-8 with the blue to black fade. You got Suzuki's Honda S2000. You've got a Datsun 240. There's a red Camaro, which I'm not sure where that one came from.
I think James is talking about the purple Eclipse. That car needs to get done. If you wanted to have like a premium box set of 4 cars, there you go. Yeah. So you have the drag race set, which with the Yanko, the GTX, the Evo, and the Eclipse Spider. I mean,
yeah,
but that would be nice.
And as Nick stated, the Z has the turbos coming through the hood, which would be really. It's going to be one that I want to get just because of the pure and simple fact that it's going to be different from the other side. So that always is a good thing. But yes, the convertible Eclipse definitely needs to be made.
Jensen.
Yeah, the Jensen. And I think we talked about this last week too.
Yeah.
But then again, with Fast and Furious, it's a car movie. They've made 30 of them, I think, now. So there's going to be a lot. The car that said that Fabio drove? Or the car that Fabio drove?
Fabio drove a pink or a orange GTX.
Oh, okay. Okay. I know what you're talking about now. Yeah, that one needs to be made. Where's that one at?
The 71?
Yeah.
Yeah, it hasn't been done yet. Like I said, all 4 of those cars need to be done.
I think it'd be kind of cool to see Hector's his little Honda
His
that
Civic?
Yeah. I mean, come on. Hector was like the running joke in that movie forever, and he's a great guy. I've actually had a chance to hang out with him, and it's like, why aren't we making some of these cars, but yet we keep putting out the same one so many times? And I'm almost starting to wonder: is Universal just be like, you're making this one again? We want you to make this one again. I mean,
could be.
It's one of those things. We don't know what's going to happen. So what you got there?
The other thing I found this week is the new race day set.
Ooh, look at that! Look at that middle one.
Yeah, the middle one I figured you would like a lot. It's not the favorite out of my set. That's coming up here, but these 3 are pretty nice cars. I'm very happy to have them. I think you got a set too. The other 2 out of this are the Ford Capri and the Audi R8 LMS. I think the Audi's a little busy color wise for me, but it's still a cool car.
And what does it look like?
It's blue.
Well, you could show it to us so we.
I just threw it on the ground.
Why'd you throw it on the ground? Quit being so
'Cause I thought
aggressive. Quit being so aggressive with your Hot Wheels.
My toys, Mom's gonna take them away from me.
Somebody needs to. I'm just kidding. Yeah, it's a little. Let me see the top of it. It's not bad. I mean, I have to see it in person to really kind of gauge how busy it is, but it doesn't look horrible just from what I'm seeing right there. So,
But okay, here's my favorite of the whole group. This one. When I saw it in what should we call it?
Columbus.
Columbus, I was like, yes. And Mark Jones he's the one that had it. And I said, wow, I was really happy that they were starting to make these cars because these cars from the 70s, these GT cars or rally cars, they're just so awesome. And this thing's heavier than it looks too.
Yeah, see, it's clean. It's got the actual race deco. I think what color are the centers of the wheels?
They're
That goldish
kind of
plastic.
they're flat gold.
That's not too bad.
Trying to get it to focus here. There we go.
Yeah, Mike, I haven't actually seen these yet either. The reason I have a set is because Kent managed to grab them for me. So I won't see them until tomorrow night. So
all of these 70s Escorts and essentially this is a Mustang, but not quite. These are really cool cars. I'm glad that Mattel is doing them. I'm really, really happy because we're getting to see a lot of these Australian cars that were from the same time frame, and they ran against all the JDM cars of that day, against the Dawsons, the BMWs, the 73 3.0 CSL Benz or BMW. I am really, really. Oh, that's got to be Adam.
Carson 30s are cool.
Yeah, I called it.
What's up, Adam?
You ain't wrong though, Adam. I will.
I got a fleet, man.
Chords. Yeah.
I got a Rolls right behind me here somewhere.
I got lucky. They were in the store. We found them. I found them and grabbed them and got a chance.
There you go, Adam.
Yeah, I know, but you're not sorry though. I wouldn't expect anything less from you, sir.
I know it's not a Cord, but
well, it's his thing though. It's still a Duesenberg.
I know, but I'm just saying I got a Rolls and a Duesenberg that are within arm's reach, and if I go over that way, I have Cord, Duesenberg, Cord, Cadillac, Duesenberg. There's a bunch of them over that way.
All right. So the last thing that we wanted to talk about, obviously, our show is coming up October 15th. Let's put that little plug up there now so we can get that going.
Tables are available.
Yes, they are.
If you want one, come and get them.
And I do have to reach out to a couple of people because they had said they wanted tables. So I will be reaching out by phone. But there it is, folks. There's the flyer. We will have flyers available in Des Moines. So if you want to take one with you, pick it up. We would love to see some folks from the Des Moines area coming this way. We're going to have 60 tables this time around. Limit to 3, and they will be 8-foot table or
the equivalence of.
The equivalence of. So
we'll have. So just because Adam's in here.
Hmm.
One of my favorite ones. I just really like the color they did on this Cord. And it has a freaking blower.
I don't have you yet, but if you just want to go to the table post that's pinned to the top of the page, just put down how many you want, max of 3 until the last week. And if there's anything open, we will open it up then. Yes, Adam, it is building. The GoFundMe for Evan.
Convertible.
Oh God, let's not give him any more ego than he already has.
Well, it's kind of going about as well as the 55 gasser. Right now, we are running short on backers. So
The duck line is not long enough.
well, there's plenty of ducks. We just got to get more people to. We just need to get the ducks to Des Moines again. That's the problem.
Yes. Yeah, that's why we're suggesting carpool.
Yeah.
Carpool is the great way to go. Again, we will have Saturday set up this time again. And the more people we have help set up tables, the sooner people can get their stuff put out. It's in a nice, safe, secure location, so you don't have to worry about that. Plus, the folks at the Quonset will have the grill, or should have the grill going, and they have great food there. I would highly recommend coming out Saturday and just hanging out for a little bit. If there's a little horse trading going on, there's a little horse trading going on. With that, let's get into the last thing for the night, and we'll try to keep this pretty short and quick. I wanted to get back into something that we used to do a while ago, which was talk about a certain car or a certain casting, or explain a little bit behind it, show off some of the versions of it. So I felt like doing a little bit of rewind. So tonight we're going to talk about the Ferrari 308. There have been several versions of this car throughout the years. I think the casting's been done multiple times. So let me get it brought up here. There is the Corgi version. God, Corgi version, which I think is really pretty cool. The original, the Race Bait 308, as it was known, was a Larry Wood and Bob Rose's car. That was done from 78 to 2004. Here is one version of it. This is actually the final run version of it. It's a very heavy car. Let's see.
Looking around.
The 308 was a mid-engine two-seat car produced from 75 to 85. It was mainly well known for the show Magnum PI. Let's see. Along with it, it was known as the Race Bait 308, the Ferrari 308, 308 GTB, and then the Power Command, which I don't know where mine's at the moment. Here are some of the versions of the car. Obviously, this is probably one of the more well-known versions right here. And then for your guys' viewing pleasure, that is the Real Rider. And I have to thank Bono's and Keneally's for this, because this is where I got mine. This is a lovely, lovely car. Let's see. Along with that, then you have the Corgi version. This was only produced once Mattel took it over from Corgi, and then it lasted for a few years, and then eventually it went away. It's very side-by-side comparisons. They're completely different. And then obviously my favorite, this was the Quattro valve that was produced, I think, like 2009 or so. This one in particular is the one from Magnum PI in the traditional red with the Robin 1 license plate from Hawaii. Okay. You got anything good, Sarah?
Well, I was kind of wandering around here, and I think this one's a 308. Can't really read the bottom of it. Yeah, it's 308. And then I got this one, as I know, is a 308 too. So there's at least two 308s, because this one is very similar to the Robbins one. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that is the 308, correct?
Yep, that one should be from the Garage series.
Okay, so we got the Garage 308, and then one of my favorite ones is the all plastic Screaming Wheels, blue plastic glass covered in tire tracks, and it does have the Screaming Wheels on it. which are the noisemaker wheels. So there's a couple more.
Mine are better. Mine's better.
Yes. Oh no, you got me on this one. Mine has been well enjoyed, but you know what? I have one. I'm happy. That's all I really wanted.
And mine was cheaper.
Yes, it was. Yeah. Sometimes
Twice
it
as
pays
nice
to get.
and half the price.
All right. Hey, well, you want to talk about candy stripers some more? How about that black wing?
No.
You want me to talk about that? Yeah, you best knock it the heck off. But yeah, they're great cars. They look really killer in any deco that they put them out in. And they really look good. And they are pretty much. I mean, obviously the bases between these two are completely different because they're two completely different body style cars. One's the T-top or the convertible top version versus a hard top. So no, we ain't doing that either. This is a family show.
No. Absolutely
But
not.
but I do definitely have more 308s and Ferraris in general. I just don't have them all out on display. Like there's an older Ferrari there, but that's not the right one. But yeah, I mean, again, Mattel, if you're listening, start sending Ferrari some gift baskets or something. Let's try to bring these puppies back because I think that we're missing out because there's a lot of cool Ferraris that are out there now, and we're just not getting that love. And I think that we need to try to get Mattel back into the good graces, and let's get some sweeter Ferraris coming back into the lineup.
Yeah, there's some really nice new cars that they've built that have not been made yet by Mattel, and that needs to happen. Because can you imagine a convention with a Ferrari in it?
I don't know about convention level yet, but I think that
Yes.
it would have to start a little bit slower, in my opinion, because of the pure and simple fact that being that they had a little bit of a falling out with the licensing agreements and everything along those lines. It's going to take a little bit to get them back, and I don't know if the convention is the 100% first route to go. But one thing that I feel that Ferrari is losing out on is, and this is a really easy, plain and simple thing to think of, the children of today's day and age, what are they playing with right now for Hot Wheels? They're playing with Skylines, they're playing with Lamborghinis, they're playing with Jags, they're playing with Mercedes. You know, that's what they're playing with. They're going to fall in, when I grew up, I had a picture of Ferraris on my walls, Lamborghinis on my wall, Chevelles, hot rods, and I am a huge car guy. I don't know if you know this because there's a few Hot Wheels in my basement. But kids aren't playing with Ferraris right now because there is no Ferraris for them to buy in the stores. Now, if you go to a show, the odds of finding Ferraris go up quite a lot. But just for the pure
price.
Exactly. That's what I was getting towards was, for the $1.18 price point to own a Ferrari for a kid to be able to play with a Ferrari. I don't understand why. I mean, like I said, I don't know what happened between Ferrari and Mattel, but for Ferrari to lose out on that, like I don't even know of any Ferraris that are coming out. I haven't heard anything new from Ferrari in so long because Hot Wheels isn't making them. So you don't hear about the new cars that they're coming out with. At least I don't, because I don't actively hunt it. So it's more of a Ferrari issue than a Mattel issue. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Ferrari's a little touchy when it comes to their logos and things of that nature.
I think Ferrari's missing out on an opportunity to reintroduce themselves to another market. And the cars are beautiful. They're well designed.
And they're expensive. Good Lord.
Yes, they're expensive. But the thing is get them back out there so that people can see them. I mean, the other brands that make Ferraris, they do a great job. They meet Ferrari's, standards, but they're not as readily available to get at the store unless it's the Barago or the Maisto version.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm on Ferrari's website. SF90 word I can't pronounce. Oof, that spider is pretty.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
like
they're definitely missing out.
I just at some point pride has to be set aside and just
812
make something cool.
GTS, the 296 GTS, the 296 GTB, SF90 Spider. Is that a Roma?
I'm
Ooh,
just gonna
that's
cry.
pretty. That Roma is pretty. Kind of reminds me of the California. Yeah, there's some really. That one looks electric almost. I don't like that one. But yeah, there's just so many cool cars out there that they need to get their name back out there.
Okay, so pray to the Hot Wheel gods or whomever. Start a letter writing campaign. I don't know, but let's see if we can get the Ferrari name. Jeez.
Can't you trade in the Dakota on one? I don't see that happening, and I hate to say this, but I don't know if it's quite the same value. Bet Ferrari wanted bigger Rotom, and does no, that's their standard, take it or leave it, and then they have plenty of others who will take it. Yeah, and you're probably not wrong there, Adam. And it's like I said, it's an unfortunate thing, and hopefully maybe one day they'll put aside their differences and maybe Ferrari will be like, you know what? There's too many kids playing with Lamborghinis and Jaguars. We need to get some Ferraris into their hands. So, because we all know Ferrari's not hurting for the money. So why they wanted to force Mattel to give them more money is beyond me. When your name is getting out there for the recognition, the advertisement, and you're getting kids that are going to grow up to be successful adults, hopefully, that they will have money to possibly buy a Ferrari in the future or rent one or just in overall be involved in the car hobby. So
These actually weren't that expensive in real life. The
not anymore.
they
Ferraris are expensive.
in the about 20 years ago, these were only like you could buy a used one for about 30,000. That's not bad. But anyway,
See, the Ferrari Roma is starting at how much? Because some of these have like 400,000 price tags on them. That is a good looking car. I wish I could share that screen with you. Yeah,
okay.
get a minute. Go check out Ferrari's website. This thing is pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, that's cool. Little movable wing. Fun to drive. I bet they are. Sporty and luxurious. Doesn't give a price tag. That always makes you wonder when they don't tell you how much they're going to cost. That normally means expensive. But we digress. But yeah, Mattel, come on, talk to Ferrari. Send them a care
Talk to
package.
Mattel.
Yes, there you go. Ferrari, talk to Mattel. Let's get these things back in the market.
All right, folks. Well, we just got a little less than 2 minutes to go. I hope to get to see as many of you all out in Des Moines. Seriously, carpool. It's just a short 2-hour drive. Go support the folks out in Des Moines. Have some fun. Get to see some cool people. You might hear some stuff about the LA convention from Barb. She might do a little preview. But thank you all for tuning in again tonight. Thanks for letting us take an hour of your time. We really appreciate it, and we will see you out either in the aisles or in the shows. So thanks again, guys.
Yeah, everyone have a good evening.
Bye.